Expecting an all-out offensive display. Just misses right uppercut. Oh, and he caught him there with a right hook. Counterfighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
They won't give us a second to catch our breath. He wasn't ready for that counterpunch. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? You'd like to see more jabs. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
The bell, sometimes it couldn't be the sweetest sound.
You've led him back. Yes, I like that round. Good round. Feel good?
And there's the bell to start round two. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs...
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. If there's anyone that can get out of trouble, it's Muhammad Ali. Looks like they've shaken it off.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
If you like defense, you're going to love this fighter. Excellent defense. They stay on the outside. They use their jab efficiently, and they don't take damage.
This is what it's all about. Hit and don't get hit. Jab, move, pop, slip. Use your footwork. Drive your opponent crazy.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Beautiful counter shot. The straight right just misses. That uppercut doesn't land. Do you believe what we're seeing? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
You know what? I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
I don't want to... Kid, what are you doing? Come on, switch on. Switch on. Take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered. He's hurt. He's ready. Come on, you're better than that. Get your mind back on the job. It's a terrible round, that is. Come on. You've let him back into the fight.
On to the third. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Perfect counter lands. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Catch and shoot. Got his gloves up to block the left jab. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
They exchange punches. Throwing a hook, but nice defense there. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close. And there's the bell to start round 4. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Oh, what a cross. Who would have thought Ali would get rattled like this? Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Nice counter shot. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close rounds.
Good defense there to stop that hook. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round, complete dominance.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Listen, you've switched off. What are you doing?
Back into the fray here in round 5. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Do you believe this? These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, That hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for.
Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4. Come to me.
Did you see that? Usyk! Just one punch away from getting the momentum back.
Being dazed now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Straight right just misses. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. His legs are gone, but somehow he's still in this fight.
They believe their fighter has it in the tank.
You gotta take that confidence. Good work. That's it. Breathe. Breathe. Just get your breath back. Good work. Okay. You let him back into the fight that round. That's his round. Oh, listen. Great work. Stay focused. Don't let back into the fight. Kid, what are you doing?
On to the 6th round. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Looking to land the hook. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Oh my, the Ukrainian has been rattled. Disaster averted.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what? I'm just that notch above you. And so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
For the weary. The straight right just misses. Nice counter. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round.
Good round, right?
Round 7, here we go. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Nice counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. You're a power puncher. You're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
That hook doesn't score. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
That hook was off target. Good defense stopping that jab. Punch, counter punch. Nice job blocking the hook. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well worked. There's the bell to start round 8. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Straight right, just misses. Figure out the combination to this safe.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The straight right just misses. This is a high-octane battle. He just misses with that jab. Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here. A knockout victory? That's not a knockout victory. That is somebody saying, I'm here, I've arrived. Try that again, it will happen all